There's $5,000 on the line, and you need a new car, bitch, I chanted inwardly. The sexy beat of DJ Khaled's Do You Mind started playing, and then the curtains were whisked open, swallowing the lump in my throat. I slow strolled onto the shiny black stage, and the red lighting made me glow in the dark. I glanced around at the waiting crowd. At first, I was a nervous wreck, but somehow the sea of eager faces gave me a boost of confidence.
Okay, Angel, it's time for you to shake what your mama gave you,
the DJ yelled from his booth across the way.
Are you trying to make 5 racks tonight or nah?
Rolling my hips to the beat slowly, I took it all the way down and got on all fours, locking eyes with the guy at the end of the stage holding a band in his hands. I crawled over to him and smiled when I realized who he was. It was Nas. Licking his lips, he gave a half smile.
I ain't know you were a stripper, baby girl,
he stated loudly over the music as he tucked a big face between my titties. There's a lot you don't know about me, I told him with a seductive grin while clapping my ass cheeks.
Is that right?
He fingered through the stack of bills in his hand.
How about you give me a reason to blow the rest of this money? Can you do that?
I guess we'll find out. I blew him a kiss, which caused him to smirk, and then flipped onto my back. Lifting my ass off the cool surface of the stage, I threw my pussy in his face over and over again. Bills sprinkled up above and rained down on me like a hailstorm. The money was coming from every direction, and you would have thought snowflakes were falling from the sky on a cold winter day in New York. Do you mind if I talk to you? And do you mind if I touch you there? I sang along to the lyrics as I rose to my feet. Oddly enough, being the center of attention was something I could easily get used to. I never felt so wanted in my life. People were literally worshiping me like I was a goddess, and I instantly fell in love with the idea of shaking my ass for fast cash. It wasn't like I was having sex with these men. I was simply dancing and providing them with fantasies. No one that I knew or cared about would ever find out, or so I thought. Glancing to my left, I searched for my next victim. There was a fat black man practically begging me to come over. I connected with the yearning in his eyes. No one wanted him, but he desperately craved love. That was how Jarrell made me feel when he shunned me and disregarded my feelings for him after we broke up. I switched over to my kindred spirit and hopped off the stage. Hey, handsome, I greeted sexily. Gazing into the man's eyes, I slid on top of his lap and started grinding. Do you mind if I ride you? His mouth was slightly ajar as he nodded up and down. While I rode him to no end, the man held onto me for dear life. Poor thing gave me every dollar in his hand before my show was over with. When I rose from his lap, I turned to walk back to the dressing room, but he grabbed my wrist. My act is over, boo, I said, peering down at his large hand holding on to me. I'm going to need you to let me go. He relinquished my hand from his hold, but not before giving me a sinister grin.
Thanks for the dance, love. Hopefully, I'll see you again soon.
The creepiness in his tone made me feel uneasy. I kept looking over my shoulder at him as I headed toward the dressing room. Not sure why, but old dude put a bad taste in my mouth. My ass was so busy trying to watch Big Black that I wasn't paying attention and ended up running smack dab into someone. Trying to find my balance, I saw that I'd bumped into my classmate. Damn, my bad, Nas.
That's cool.
He rubbed his hands together as he looked me up and down. Dressed in all white everything, Nas looked like he walked straight out of heaven.
When are you leaving?
I wasn't sure why it mattered, but I answered him anyway. After they announced the winner of the $5,000, why?
I give you double that.
As he spoke, he reached into his pocket and pulled out a roll of money. Folding my arms, I twisted up my lips. You'll give me $10,000. For what? I had